Right now, if you saw a flash of light in the skies late last night, you're not alone. A meteor lit up the skies. We speak with an expert on these fireballs. Plus, changes could be coming to Madison public libraries in response to the city's budget deficit. And we'll tell you why a judge in New Mexico has dismissed Alec Baldwin's involuntary manslaughter case. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10. And thanks for joining us on this Friday night. The weekend is here, and it is going to be hot, humid, and at times stormy for many across southern Wisconsin over the next few days. Alert days are in our first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington joins with what you need to know. Alex.
Good evening, Eric. In southern Wisconsin, I was just taking a look at our weather models that are coming in to give us an idea of how hot are we going to get, how humid are we going to get, and how could those storms play out across southern Wisconsin. First, Saturday and Sunday at a glance here. 88 Saturday, 91 Sunday. That's the actual air temperature. It will feel much warmer than that. We have some very humid air moving into southern Wisconsin, and that humid air is going to provide the fuel for these thunderstorms across the area. Temperature feels like, this is what it feels like to your body. This is how your body responds. 103 in Boscoville, 101 in Madison, 101 in Janesville, 100 in the Dells Sunday afternoon. So even though the actual temperature is going to be 91, it's going to be 10 degrees hotter feeling to your body. Going on into Monday, we repeat as well. So Saturday's warm and humid and stormy. Sunday's warm and humid and stormy. Monday's warm and humid and also stormy as you see those heat index values drop because of storms moving through the area. Right now, those dew points, that's a measure of moisture. They're approaching the mid-60s out by the Mississippi River. That's nothing. We're going to see those dew points way in the 70s to near 80 as early as Saturday, and that is the really, really humid stuff. It's about as humid as it can get, providing that fuel for those storms. 71 right now in Madison, 69 in the Wisconsin River Valley, 68 to the north in the Dalles. Again, across southern Wisconsin, upper 60s and lower 70s, and coming up in Maine weather, we're going to be breaking down as we warm up on Saturday. When will those storms start in southern Wisconsin?
All right, Alex, thank you. Well, look up in the sky. It wasn't a bird or a plane last night, but a meteor that put on quite the show for people from Toma to Spring Green to Verona. So what was it, and how rare was it to catch a glimpse of it? Armand Rahman talked to a local starman to bring the answer down to earth.
It's a question many people across southern Wisconsin were asking themselves last night. What was that thing flying through the sky? Well, to get a better look, we're going to have to turn the clock back a little bit to around 11 p.m. That's when this little ball of light spurred plenty of theories online from Dane County residents. A bright green and white firework, maybe a helicopter that went down, or of course the real truth, a UFO. But they all thought it was rare.
I think it's unusual for an individual person to see one, but the event itself is not that unusual.
Pete Pokrant always has his eyes in the sky, controlling the rooftop cameras at UW-Madison's Atmospheric and Oceanic Sciences Department. So he's seen his fair share of falling objects.
Most of them happen over the ocean or on the day side of the Earth, so you don't see them, but it's estimated that there's millions of meteors that fall per day on the Earth.
This one was pretty bright and had many people looking up and saying, "Goodness and gracious, great ball of fire!"
I think if you looked up and saw something like that, you'd probably consider it to be a fireball.
But Pete says organizations like the American Meteor Society classify what's in the sky.
Anything that falls in and lights up is called a meteor. If it reaches the ground, it's then called a meteorite. And if it's bright enough, then it's called a fireball.
Meteorites have landed in the Madison area before, but not likely this time.
This one looked like it probably blew up. There's a flash right near the end of this one where it kind of comes through and then there's a little sort of explosion, and that was probably the last gasp.
Pete says just because the phenomenon is common for Earth doesn't mean it can't be a fun event for Earthlings.
Normally you look up at the sky at night and it's just, dark and stars and maybe the moon, and all of a sudden you see a natural firework. It's just really cool.
Reporting in Madison, Armand Rahman at News 3 Now.
And you can report fireball sightings to the American Meteor Society or the International Meteor Organization. Recordings from the rooftop cameras at the AOS department are available online to view for free. Well, the city of Madison has faced budget shortfalls for the past 14 years now. Now the city is preparing residents for a $27 million structural deficit that could lead to tax increases and or service cuts. Some services cut could come at city libraries. The city asked agencies to prepare to cut their budgets by 5% back in June. They have until July 19th to come up with a plan, but the library is the first to announce one. Layoffs, hour reductions, and program cuts could all be possible if the city does not secure funds from a referendum.
Put forward this, worst case scenario for us of a 5% reduction. That has the impact of affecting many of our customers. It has a deep impact on our staff. When layoffs are on the table, even as a possibility, it's hard for morale.
And there are 9 public libraries in Madison that could be affected by those cuts. If you ride Madison Metro, changes are coming to how you pay your fare. A new fare system will roll out by summer's end called the Fast Fare Card. It'll allow you to create an online account with a reloadable smart card. To pay, you'll tap either a physical card, one of 2 fob options, or eventually even your phone when you get on the bus.
Anyone rides the bus knows they've probably had problems with passes getting jammed in the meter and things, wearing out. So we are replacing all that. It's past its useful life, so we are phasing that out.
Now the new system is now a pay-as-you-ride system, and that means each ride will cost you $2, but your fares are capped, so you'll never pay more than $5 a day, $16.25 a week, or $65 a month. Overnight, a 31-year-old man was arrested on Madison's far west side after he allegedly broke into a convenience store. Now, it happened in the 8300 block of Watts Road. That's on the far west side, 2:30 in the morning. Officers were reviewing video of the man taking items from the store. As they were doing so, an alarm went off at another business next door, and that's where they found the man and arrested him for burglary. We are less than 3 days away now from the start of the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, and just because the RNC is there, it doesn't mean Madison is out of the picture here. With over 50,000 people set to visit the state, Maddie Heimch has what that could mean for our capital city.
I think there will be some impact here in Madison, and particularly in downtown. We certainly know of room blocks, different groups, media that are coming into town to participate in what's going on.
Some impact. That's what Downtown Madison Inc. President Jason Ilstrup expects to see in the coming week. Ilstrup says the important players at the RNC will be spending their dollars in Milwaukee. He says escalated business will come to Madison as well, but likely in waves.
So you may not see as strong of an impact in the restaurants during the middle of the convention itself because those folks will be in Milwaukee. It'll be the weekend before, which is coming up. I think the weekend after, and late at night, you'll see some more activity here in the downtown area.
More impactful, perhaps, will be what comes after the convention.
And I think it's all part of this bigger story about how important Wisconsin is for the world politically.
In the years following the 2016 convention in Cleveland, the NFL, MLB, and NBA hosted all-star games and drafts in the city. Wisconsin officials hope this year's event in Milwaukee will create that same momentum and similar followings.
We try to roll out the red carpet for every single group, but certainly groups like the RNC. This is such an important year politically. There's going to be so many eyes across the world focused on Wisconsin.
And that was our Maddie Heimch reporting. While the tourism industry may see a small hike here in Madison, Madisonians shouldn't have to worry about big crowds during their daily commutes. Well, as the RNC draws closer, we're learning more about who will speak at the convention. Among the presenters will be Senate candidate Eric Hovde. That's according to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. The businessman will address the crowd on the first day, which is themed Make America Wealthy once again. Hovde is running against incumbent Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin for that seat. Trump endorsed Hovde back in April. We've also learned Assembly Speaker Robin Vos will be at the convention as an official guest. WISC Politics says Vos will be at Fiserv Forum when the party formally nominates Donald Trump. The two have had a bit of a rocky relationship in recent years, Trump attacking Vos for not pushing to decertify the results of the 2020 presidential election. Vos has endorsed Donald Trump in this election. Governor Tony Evers declared a state of emergency earlier today for 4 northeastern Wisconsin counties hit by flooding last week. That flooding prompted evacuations. It opened a breach in a dam in Manawa. Calumet, Outagamie, Wapaka, and Winnebago counties are all impacted by the order. Emergency management teams have been working with county leaders to assess damage and provide resources to impacted residents. New tonight, a New Mexico judge has thrown out Alec Baldwin's involuntary manslaughter charge for the shooting death of a cinematographer on the set of his movie Rust.
Dismissal with prejudice is warranted to ensure the integrity of the judicial system and the efficient administration of justice. Your motion to dismiss with prejudice is granted.
The actor burst into tears, as you see there, as the judge dismissed the case following a day-long hearing on a motion to dismiss from his defense attorneys. Baldwin's team accused the prosecution of deliberately withholding key evidence that would have been favorable to Baldwin, who insisted he was not guilty and did not pull the trigger of a prop gun, resulting in the death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins. The judge agreed and accused the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office and prosecutors of misconduct.
The state's willful withholding of this information was intentional and deliberate. If this conduct does not rise to the level of bad faith, it certainly comes so near to bad faith as to show signs of scorching.
And in an extraordinary turn, Special Prosecutor Carrie Morrissey called herself to the witness stand to defend her decision not to disclose evidence. Earlier in the day, one of the prosecutors quit the case after a disagreement with Morrissey. The judge said Baldwin cannot be retried. The world's population may peak before the end of the century. That's according to the latest population report from the United Nations. It forecasts global population will continue to grow from the current 8.2 billion people to nearly 10.3 billion around 2080. But the UN is projecting after that peak, the global population will begin to fall. According to the report, that's partly because fertility rates around the world are dropping more quickly than expected. More than 60 countries and territories have already peaked in population, including Italy, Japan, Russia, and China. More local stories tonight at 10. Fête de Marquette returns to Madison's McPike Park and other venues on the east side. What you need to know about this free weekend event.
Wow, Wayne, that is a beautiful window.
It sure is, Jeff. It really tackles energy efficiency.
Sure has a nice slide.
It's one of the best screenplays I've ever seen.
They're so easy to close. I'd say it's a grand slam.
If you guys keep making those dad jokes, you're gonna be a real pain in my neck.
Oh, that's a good one. Did you hear about this one, Five?
Get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Brothers Maine enjoys 4th of July festivities with family, friends, and fabulous kitchen and laundry deals. Our fireworks of savings on GE appliances and free delivery will make you ooh and ah. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Introducing TPC Wisconsin, Madison's elite golf club with worldwide privileges, plus extraordinary amenities to keep you active year-round, to keep you fit, and well-equipped for the course, to keep you connected to what matters the most. Play where the pros play with an exclusive membership at TPC Wisconsin. Make it your club today.
We make junk disappear by giving it a new purpose. We donate the donatables and recycle the recyclables. And any organic materials are taken for composting. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
This month, we're looking for 200 homeowners interested in getting a new fence. We're offering up to $1,000 off, plus an upgrade of up to 10 free solar caps. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. Call now or visit the website for your new fence today.
I have no idea what I'm doing. My dad has Parkinson's and we need more support. That's why I connected with a Grace. Now I have a partner to help me understand what to expect. Choose more support and less stress with a Grace. Authentic care and connection.
The Jennifer Hudson Show will level up your Oscar party.
Oh my goodness.
With Wolfgang Puck's Academy Award Classics.
Here we have all the little appetizers we serve.
Plus, rapper Offset is here.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Moving forward.
Madison's Marquette neighborhood will be rocking this weekend with Fête de Marquette in honor of French Independence Day Sunday. That's Bastille Day. French-influenced musicians will perform on a number of Near East Side stages. The event started yesterday, centered in McPike Park. It has come a long way since the first Fête de Marquette way back in 2006. Plenty of music, food and drink, family friendly, and you can't beat the price.
And the best part of Fête de Marquette, it's free admission. Some of the bands that you're going to see at Fête are bands that you might pay $70, $80 to see a show. Here you see them with all your neighbors and friends, and it's a free admission event.
And proceeds from the event will benefit the Wilmar Neighborhood Center, which has been providing things like accredited childcare, senior fitness and nutrition programs, and a food pantry to the Near East Side for 56 years. Well, here's a contest unlike any other, the Master Showman competition, where pigs, sheep, and cows take center stage at the Northern Wisconsin State Fairgrounds. Livestock owners are tasked with showing different animals, including ones they have never dealt with. So who took home the coveted prize for the inaugural competition? Hint, well, it's a young lady, and Daniel Gomez introduces us to her.
The stage is set at Custer Coliseum on the Northern Wisconsin State Fairgrounds. For the first time ever, the Master Showman competition.
It's something new. It's starting for a bunch of kids in the future, and I think kids are going to look up to us.
4 competitors are vying for the top spot in this inaugural competition. These showmen, or really show women, are the best of the best.
Not only is it a competition where they can put that on display, but they're also learning from other young people out there.
So, can they master each other's categories? They include swine, beef, sheep, and dairy. An industry expert for each will judge their skills.
I'm very excited to be able to show other species that I haven't shown before.
It's just something that they'll, be able to take with them for the rest of their lives, is that they were not only won Master Showmanship, but won the inaugural competition.
All nervous, but ready to show why they made it this far.
My hardest, I would say, is probably going to be pigs. I've never shown pigs before, and I'm actually a little scared of them.
I definitely thought that the pigs would be the easiest by far. It's definitely not. I've only showed sheep my whole life, but I mean, I would be like super surprised. Maybe that I would try a different species some year.
Well, I've never showed any of the other species before, so it's completely new for me. I had to watch all of the showmanships for them to make sure that I knew what I was doing.
In the end,
the Master Showman for 2024 Northern Wisconsin State Fair is Morgan Hilger.
Morgan Hilger is named the master of this inaugural competition.
Showmanship is probably my favorite part of showing livestock because it's on me, and it's not about the animal.
That was Daniel Gomez reporting. The Northern Wisconsin State Fair runs through Sunday up in Chippewa Falls. Well, this year's summer heat is already breaking records. According to the EU's Copernicus Climate Change Service, June was the 13th consecutive month to break a global heat record in more than half the U.S. Some 175 million people faced extreme heat on the 4th of July. Scientists say these heat waves are becoming the new normal. Here in the U.S., June was the second warmest in NOAA's 130-year record. In Boulder, Colorado this morning, instead of driving their car, riding the bus, a group of people decided to inner tube to work. That's right, some of them were even decked out in their work gear. This is an annual event thanks to 2 buddies who challenged each other back in 2008 to get to work in the most clever way without a car. And not only does the event help the earth by cutting down on pollution, part of all ticket sales go to an organization that helps the homeless. That water looks pretty nice considering the hot and possibly stormy weekend coming our way here. And Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington is tracking what you need to know.
Yeah, you might want to take a dip in something cool over the course of the weekend. But between thunderstorm chances, I have updated weather models that I want to show all of southern Wisconsin with our potential for severe weather this weekend. Saturday and Sunday, both hot and humid conditions, storm chances on both days. Temperatures upper 80s to lower 90s. You may think, well, we've been there before. It's July, Alex, and that's all true. Even though we'll start off in the mid 60s and we'll be in the 80s by the time we get to the late morning. Again, typical July weather and temperatures typical for this time of year right now. Upper 60s to the lower 70s. But there's a lot of changes on the way. Dew points right now, they're comfortable unless you're out over portions of southwestern Wisconsin where the humidity is really starting to ramp up. Remember, 60-degree dew point, that's when it gets muggy. 65, that's when you really start to feel it. 70 is tropical. We're going to have dew points as high as 75 to 80 degrees by Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, Sunday afternoon, carrying on into Monday afternoon as well. That's oppressive amount of humidity. That's also an immense amount of moisture for showers and thunderstorms. How that pans out with the temperatures, we get into the hot category, feeling like 95 to 100 Saturday afternoon, especially in between storm chances. Sunday afternoon, we're looking at triple digits. That's what it will feel like. That's how your body reacts to these temperatures Sunday afternoon. And then we repeat again Monday afternoon before a cold front comes through and ends the heat and all the storm chances. We do have a threat of severe weather this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and also Monday for the same threats here. Heavy rains and damaging winds really have my concern out of these lines of storms. Starting off 65 in Madison Saturday morning. Here comes line potentially number 1 if it holds together. 3 o'clock moving into southern Wisconsin. Several lines of thunderstorms. When you see them in line formations across all of southern Wisconsin and southwestern Wisconsin as well, that's usually a sign of damaging winds pushing out ahead of these lines of storms. With yet another line right around this time, potentially tomorrow night, I will be here, and maybe another cluster coming through wee hours Sunday morning with the potential for redevelopment Sunday afternoon and evening, and again Monday afternoon and evening. It could be a very active period for southern Wisconsin. The one potential silver lining is, however, when you have consistent storm chances, it may help cut down a little bit on the temperatures. And if you have consistent showers and storms, some of the other bouts of storms may not happen. But we will be keeping a close tab on that because our weather models are in consensus of an increase in the storm threat as it looks like this weekend through the entire weekend, with strong winds and heavy rains again being the main threats from those storms. Once we get through this warm, humid, and active pattern, things will dry out and turn comfortable by the middle of next week.
And still to come in sports, the Brewers trying to get back to their winning ways at home. We've got the highlights next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Are you happy with your lawn? At Natural Lawn of America, we believe a healthy, safer lawn is closer than you think. Our trained technicians will help your lawn build natural defense against weeds and pests. In addition to fertilizing and weed control, we offer core aeration and overseeding, with our proprietary blend strengthening your lawn, bringing air to the root soil and naturally crowding out weeds. Natural Lawn of America, your direct route to a healthier lawn, safer lawn care naturally. Call today for a free quote.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. Amazing offers and a great selection of the best-selling trucks in America for 47 years. Ford F-Series, gas, hybrid, or all-electric. These are the deals you've been waiting for. So don't wait. Make it Ford. Make it yours. Make it now. Make it 0% APR financing. Make it a zero down payment and make it no payments for up to 90 days on F-150. Only at your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
I'm coming to you live from Wisconsin, where the Wisconsin Lottery's newest scratch game is taking over. Let me tell you, this is big. Are you getting this? It's Winning Streak, a brand new $10 scratch game. Match any of your numbers to winning numbers or reveal 3 identical numbers in a row. You could win up to $100,000. So cool. Now available at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Refresh your space with Mohawk's amazing tile selection. Choose from over 350 tile options. Crafted glass ceramic tiles are just 99 cents each after rebate. Shop our selection of window images window treatments. 2-inch cordless white faux wood blinds are room darkening for light control and privacy. Just $21.99 after 11% rebate at Menards. #1 in customer satisfaction among home improvement retailers, according to J.D. Power.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome to the Health Spa. We always knew that we wanted to grow and we couldn't find the right location. When this spot appeared, we're like, gosh, if we can get this location secured.
We both approached Olivia at DePaco Credit Union, and she walked us through the paperwork and the process in order to get this project started.
The best thing about working with DePaco was they also showed us other available opportunities that could help us actually reduce our loan rate. So they are partners with us, and with the help of them, we've been able to create this beautiful space.
These are real people seeking solutions to real problems.
I have plantar fasciitis.
Pain with my feet, my knees. Feet, knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports.
I definitely feel the heel-to-toe walk.
I'm not feeling any pain, especially in my heel. That's where I always feel it.
I don't feel the knee pain. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Oh, you're a blessing in disguise.
Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The Colin Companies Championship is one of 5 majors on the Senior PGA Tour, and since 2020, Steve Stricker and Jerry Kelly have owned it. Kelly won it in 2020, Stricker in 21. Kelly won it again in 22, and then Stricker took it in 2023. As for 2024, both of Wisconsin's natives are in line for a win, or at least within striking distance. We start with Kelly on 14, and are you kidding me? A beautiful shot out of the bunker. He sinks it for a birdie, one of his 7 tweeters on the day, and it skyrockets him into a tie for 5th place. And then Stricker stopping to take selfies with fans, and he started out hot, birdieing each of his first 2 holes on the day, and then on the back 9, an eagle opportunity. What precision from Strick. He would knock that putt in for his 3rd and final birdie of the day. Stricker enters the weekend 6 under for the tournament and 1 shot off the lead. The Brewers are fresh off their first series loss at home since April, and still they're 23-8 at AmFam Field in their last 31 games. Jesse Winker making his AmFam return, and he got the scoring started for Washington. But then came the crew, bottom 4, down 3 zip, and in comes Slick Willie. Adames hits one to dead center that the park barely contains. It would still score 1, carving into that Nats lead. And then later in the inning, next batter, in fact, Sal Frelick. He says, Willie, why don't we just trade places? He matches the double to bring them within 1, but their old buddy Jesse Winker was not done. He leaves no doubt about this one, leaving the yard, and the Brewers lose it by a score of 5-2. Well, a day after throwing 7 no-hit innings against the Brewers, Pirates rookie sensation Paul Skeens was named the National League starting pitcher in the All-Star game. He is one of 4 rookies in league history to earn the starting nod in the Midsummer Classic. Skeens was taken 1st overall in last year's MLB draft, and a year later, he's on the biggest stage. The Brewers have a pair of All-Star starters this year, and today we found out the Mallards do too in the Northwoods League All-Star game. Jake Schaffner, who leads the Northwoods League at .381 and batting average, he got selected, as did first baseman Blake Guerin. The pair have led the Mallards to an incredible 32-12 record this season. And Sarah Franklin was recognized last night for her stardom at the ESPY Awards. She was nominated for Best College Athlete in the women's sports category. The volleyball star was the National Player of the Year this past season and took Wisconsin all the way to the national title game, but it would be Caitlin Clark who took the ESPY home. It's kind of hard to compete with. We'll be right back.
You've got this. Whatever it is, you're ready for it. Your newly purchased defenses, top of the line. Your backup, backing up. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you, with maintenance-free checking with no minimum balances. So if your new house still has some old tenants, we'll make sure your checking account won't be giving you any surprises. You've got this with Associated Bank.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you quality pet supplies because we get you. Right now, during our summer pet care sale, shop unbeatable deals on your pet's favorite food and supplies to keep them happy and healthy. Like a free $15 Blaine's gift card when you spend $75 on Purina dog or cat food, litter, and treats. Blaine's brand Easy Scoop cat litter, 4 for $24. And stay cool with a 20-inch box fan, $22.99, just $19.99 for awards members.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3-to-1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. Trust your home with RG Heating and AC.
You can visibly eliminate wrinkles and under eye bags in 10 minutes with results that last up to 10 hours without needles and without surgery. Plexiderm does it for only $14.95. Visit plexidermtrial.com.
This is where all your dreams come true. You are the Moulin Rouge!
Madison's most spectacular night out is Moulin Rouge, the musical. Winner of 10 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. The New York Times calls it dazzling, gasp-inspiring. In Moulin Rouge, life is beautiful. Now playing at Overture Center. Tickets at overture.org.
It's Hy-Vee's Big Beverage Sale this Friday through Sunday. Stock up on 6-pack bottles of Coke products, just $3.99 each when you buy 3. 24-pack Pepsi products, just $9.99. Stay hydrated with Gatorade 8-packs, just $5.48. Fuel your workouts or your work week with Monster, NOS, Full Throttle, or Alani Nu energy drinks, 3 for $5. Plus, save on Red Bull, Celsius, and more. Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
News 3 Now Republican National Convention coverage starts Monday.
Finally tonight, Shady Rays and KFC are releasing a limited edition collection of sunglasses. There's a vintage set, a high-rise set, and an aviator set to choose from, each with subtle KFC branding. I see Harrington checking him out. He's always shopping for glasses. Colonel Sanders is etched on the lenses wearing that style of shade. Each pair comes with a special KFC cleaning cloth to get all your chicken grease off and your honey from your biscuits. They're sold in boxes that mirror the brand's iconic chicken buckets. You can get them on either KFC's website or Shady Ray's website for a limited time. I think we can need one of those.
We can let the viewers figure out, well, what weather pattern do those glasses fit?
I don't know.
Right?
This weekend, it's steaming up.
Yeah, in all seriousness, though, humidity this weekend is really going to play a factor in on how hot things are, and also we're looking at pretty consistent chances of severe weather this weekend. We'll be here. I'll be here. Jacob will be here this weekend.
All right, giving us the very latest. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10, folks. Have a great weekend.